Hey everyone, it's Vicki at Stamp with Vicki. Thank you for joining me today. Today we are going to stamp using the Whale of a Time suite. That's found on pages 94 and 96 of your 2020-2021 annual catalog. And there's a lot of great parts and pieces to it. We're going to go ahead and get right in. Okay, so that's the stamp set itself. You can see it has adorable images. The whale's super cute. I mean, all of them are adorable and they stamp really well. There's a lot of detail, which I love. So what's special about it, you may ask? Just that it's adorable and it's great for all ages to stamp. So much fun to stamp or to gift a card or even a project. Okay, so I do want to show you the card. So it's a little tricky to show you from the top coming down. So I'm going to have to pick it up, but I think you're going to get the idea and you're going to see better as we go through and create it today. So this is really an easel card using a window sheet. So you can see that and it stands up. And then on the inside, you can see there's a piece of designer paper and another whale and my light. All right, so yeah, we're going to go ahead and get started. All right, we have here a cardstock card base in Pretty Peacock, and this part of the card is actually a little bit smaller than your typical card base. So this one is at 4 1/4 and 10 1/2, and that is scored in the center at 5 1/4, and I've already done that. That's a little bit smaller than our typical card size, which is 5 1/2 by 4 1/4, and that is going to be what the window sheet is in. So it is actually 11 inches by 4 1/4, so it basically fits over the top of the card base, and it's a little bit longer. We're going to trim it, and we're going to want the front of the window sheet a little bit longer so it stands up a little bit straighter when we go to display our card. So, all right, we're going to get right into it. I'm going to go ahead and use my multi-purpose liquid glue right onto the window sheet because I mean business. Oh no, it's stuck. Sometimes that happens. It's good stuff, but oh, here we go. Okay. There we go. Let me go ahead. This might squish out. We'll see. I'm going to put the cardstock piece in sort of upside down. So like open to the top. And why I'm using the multi-purpose liquid glue is because it does give me a little bit of time and wiggle room. I've come in here with the Stampin' Seal Plus. That stuff means business and it didn't move at all. So there we go. We'll give that a second just to kind of adhere together a little bit. So what's going to happen is we're going to end up folding the card up like that and closing it down like that. So ultimately that's going to be what that looks like. So you can see here the window sheet. Can you see that? I know you will be able to if I hold it just right. The window sheet is a little bit longer. We are going to trim that part of the window sheet off and leave the front long. So go ahead and trim this. There we go. There, perfect. And you can see it's a nice big glob of glue, but we're gonna fix that. So we're gonna come in with another piece of Pretty Peacock, keep it the same color, and this one is 4 1/4 by 5 1/4. And we're just gonna glue it right on top of that to cover it up, and then that'll be that. I am gonna put the glue on the cardstock though. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna have to pull this one a little closer so I can see. There we go. You can see it's kind of wiggling and giving me a little time to straighten and make sure it's together nice. All right. Perfect. Ultimately, this is what's going to happen. Is the card's going to stand up. You can see that. There we go. Okay. So that really is all that is involved in putting the actual card base together. And so now we're going to go ahead and decorate it. Okay, so as I said, we're using products from the Whale of a Time suite. This designer series paper is so much fun. So it's Whale of a Time 6x6 designer series paper. There's a lot of paper in here and a lot of designs, and there's 4 pieces of each. And I think I'm finding that I need more because it's just so fun. The colors are great. Here's the one that we're going to use. I'll show you, well, I've shown you my other card. It's a little bit different than this. A little bit I ran out of the other one, and a little bit I just wanted to try something new. So we're gonna go with it. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this on the inside, and I am now going to transition back to my Stampin' seal. So this is new in the 2020-2021 annual catalog. There's a tiny bit of a learning curve to it, but once you do, it is much smoother running than the snail adhesive, which is what we had for many years. All right, this could be just a little tricky, so make sure you can see that. I'm in as straight as I can. There we go. Pretty, 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 pretty. Love it. Okay, so move my, oh, I think that's worse. Well, there we go. No, it's worse. Well, we're gonna go with it like that. Okay, so now to design the card, we're going to pop a whale on the inside. So we're gonna use a dimensional or a popper or a honeycomb thing, whatever you choose to refer to them as. I've heard all sorts of fun things. I'm gonna do 2. And just kind of wherever. I'm gonna stick him on the inside. Up towards the top. Look like he's gonna swim towards the sun. He's coming up to the surface. Breaching, is that what they call it when they do that? Okay, and I'm gonna come in with this piece here, and you can see that was the back of the sea turtles. And the color is kind of, I think it has bumblebee in it. Now, if you're new to Stampin' Up! Products, you will know that, or I will tell you, actually, I'll share that with you now. They do a really great job with coordinating colors and stamp sets, images, accessories, all sorts of things. They do a really great job with that. It's one of the key components to Stampin' Up! Is how easy everything does coordinate. So you'll start to see this as this card comes together. All right, I am going to come in with the whale punch. So scooch this guy over. This is the punch that comes in the bundle. I think I forgot to show you that. And you can see it punches out the whale. This is his belly. Not sure what that is, so, oops. But Stampin' Up! Usually will have a video to show you the parts and pieces. I'm gonna use my Take Your Pick tool and come in here to kind of, I've cut this piece of designer paper down some, sorry. I think I cut it a little too small. All right, so let me get it in here. I'm gonna turn it around. There, okay. And you can see I'm just fiddling with it just so, turn it a little bit. My plate for not wasting paper. There we go. There. Now the punch itself is actually going to leave a white border around this guy. I'm gonna slightly move that. There we go. Okay. And you can see how easy that was. So what's fun about this suite of products and that punch and the designer paper is that not only does that punch out this guy here, but it also punches out this guy here. So we can be lazy and punch out from the designer series paper. The punches, they're doing that more and more with their punches, coordinating them with the designer series paper, which has been fantastic over the past few years. It's been great. All right. I think we'll actually set the whales aside and do a little bit of stamping. I'm going to pull in my Stampin' Pierce mat because I'm using photopolymer stamps. And what that means is these are made out of photopolymers. They're clear stamps. You can see where you're stamping, what you're stamping, but they don't have any like foam on the actual stamps like our red rubber ones do. And so we just use this foam to give us a little bit of give when we're stamping. Okay, so we have two pieces here. I also used several parts of the, well, I guess not several. I made some other cards using this. But I used this die here from the Tasteful Labels dies from the Tasteful Textures bundle. And I really love labels and think they add a lot to cards and projects. And Stampin' Up! Has a ton of them right now. This is a great, great set. So if you're looking for some labels, that's a good one. You can use that for years and years to come. Okay, so we're going to have two different things to stamp. We're going to come in with Memento Black. And the sentiment says, "You're kind of a big deal." So this is a little bit different than my other card. Let's see how it goes. There, you're kind of a big deal. Cute, it worked. All right, and then on this one, hoping all your birthday fishes come true. Okay, so for this one, we're going to basically stamp it more on the top half than rather than in the middle. So you're going to start in the middle and stamp it up, if you will. Ah, Stampin' Up, haha. I'm full of it today. All right, and then we're going to come in with the little fish stamp, which is so cute, and Pretty Peacock. Now we're going to use the Pretty Peacock. And I'm going to give it just a few little fishies. There we go. Now, with the card being an easel card, what you need it to have is a place for that, I guess the easel that's coming down. You want something to hold that in place so it just doesn't, pop up and fly up. So we're going to finish decorating what's going to be the front of the card. I'm going to take this back again. I almost forgot to stamp it. All right, so Pretty Peacock again, and we're going to use the fish. We're going to make it so that the fish end up, hopefully, slightly under this little piece of designer paper. So I'm just going to wing it, come in down here. I just wanted to give a little bit of something to this card. Now, if you go to make one of these, you can certainly spice it up with designer series paper, because when going down, when you totally going down, that's all right. When you give it to somebody, they're going to pull it out of the envelope like this. All right, I'm going to fix it a little bit. There, they'll never know. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and add the gray whale. And I am going to put him on with some dimensionals as well. I'll put those away. He's just a fun guy. You know what I pulled out for this card? Googly eyes. I sure did. Okay, so I put him here, liven up the front a little bit. We're going to add "You're kind of a big deal." And I'm going to come in just with the regular Stampin' Seal. Hopefully we're straight here. Now, another piece or component of the Whale of the Time Suite is the Whale of the Time sequins. which are so pretty. You can see those. Those are all sorts of sparkly. So I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool and some glue dots. And I'm going to add, oops, I think I beat this tool up a little bit today, between today and last night. And I'm just going to add a couple, well, I'm going to add 3 because you should work in the rules of 3. Well, I have to follow some kind of rule, and that's a good rule to follow, usually. And you'll notice we have 3 whales. So, and the rule of thirds, I guess, is what it technically is. Yeah, so. One more. What are we going to do? Let's do, this one here is kind of small. Let's try again. Goodness. That one's small too. I can't, there we go. And one certain one. There we go. Okay. So just to give it a little bit of something. So again, I kept it simple, but you could totally go crazy and knock yourself out with this, and the card front would be beautiful. All right. Now we're going to add the piece to help us keep the easel up. All right, so this piece here is I think it's 1 3/4. I forgot to double measure. I think it's 1 3/4 by 4 1/4. So it's going to go all the way across the card. And you're going to come up roughly about 1 inch or so from the bottom. There you go. All right. We have our birthday sentiment, hoping your birthday wishes come true. And this is what I was talking about as far as having something popped up. This will be just a little bit higher to catch that. We'll put it right in the center. And come in with whale friend number 3. I'm going to put a little bit of Stampin' Seal adhesive on the top part of him. Yeah, he'll go like this. And you know what? That's it. We're done. So oh, no. We forgot the googly eye. We have to add that. Okay, so yes, the googly eyes are retired. That's very sad. However, you can go to any of your big box stores and, you know, local craft store and get some googly eyes. I think every craft room should have a good stash of googly eyes. Because you never know when they're going to come in handy. All right, we're just going to add it to the guy who's going to be on the front. I added just a glue dot to help me stick it. Okay. There you have it. So you can see, I'll show you the differences between the 2 cards. Pretty much the same. So the only difference here, the designer series paper, well, I think the color of the whales, I changed that as well. But you can see it took the basic same card. So in the sample, we opened it up. Let me see if I can show you 2 of these at once so that we can compare. Okay. All right. There we go. I know it's a little tricky. There we go. And you know what? Both look great. I love the background papers on both of them and the differences in the color schemes. And there's, you know what? There's jellyfish in there. There's turtles. You can put those in the background. Those would be so cute. Oh, I just love this set. I love this set. I love the suite. It's a lot of fun. So I want to say thank you for stopping by. And what you're going to love about this is the colors and the adorable images. They're just so fun. And what I love about it is the versatility. And it just brings me happiness. It brought me happiness to work with it. And I really enjoyed it. To place an order and to visit my Facebook page, I'll put all of that information in the description on YouTube. And thank you so much for stopping by. I'll see you soon. Bye.